This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some good news finally to share with you. There's some economic news that I want to share with you. It's a video clip that could make things a little bit cheaper. When it comes to Social Security, new numbers are out for the COLA, could be in the double digits. Let you know about that. And there's new $1,000 stimulus checks going out, just announced in one area for certain Americans. And I'll give you some other more important updates as well. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. If you appreciate the fact-based fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below, and I'm giving $200 to my subscribers. I am picking the winners tomorrow, so you still have some time to sign up if you haven't already. Details down in the description below. So what is this good news? Well, first, here's a little bit of bad news. U.S. economy headed for recession by mid-2023, majority of economists say. So I don't know what to believe anymore, because some are saying that we're in a recession right now. We're about to be in a recession. We already were in a recession. Now some economists are saying a recession by mid-2023. Does a recession mean that everybody is just struggling even more? Well, 20% of economists think U.S. already in a recession. I think we're in a recession by the classical definition of a recession, but survey results reflect many split opinions among panelists. This by itself suggests there is less clarity than usual about the outlook of what's going on in the economy and what is a recession. Well, I think if there weren't any midterm elections, if there that's probably the biggest factor. If there were no midterm elections coming up, I'm sure the Biden administration would say, hey, tough times, we're in a recession, and we'll get out of it. But because the midterm elections are so close, the Biden administration actually changed the definition of a recession, and we don't know what's going on. So some economists are saying that the actual recession is going to come mid-2023. What are your thoughts on that? Well, when it comes to some good news, take a look at this video clip right here of some good news going on in the U.S. economy.
Before we go, y'all know me, I love some hope, and I want you to know that we have some good news, and it's about inflation. Hopefully you've noticed, and it seems to be topping off a bit. Gas prices fell more than 7% in July. Food, well, we can say prices did not go up as much as they have been. The cost increased just 1% from June to July, but prices on some key items, they dropped, some by a lot. So what does this say about the state of our economy? NBC News correspondent Tom Costello is here to tell us.
Much needed relief for families from the skyrocketing cost of living, with fresh evidence that inflation may have peaked earlier this summer. Though prices are still a lot higher than a year ago, there is a silver lining with many new deals available.
Some of the areas that we're really seeing some good bargains for consumers right now as that demand falls off or the supply picks up, I would say clothing, apparel, footwear, consumer electronics, personal computers, smartphones.
And there's more good news at the grocery store, where prices are coming down for many key staples. So far in August, the price of boneless, skinless chicken breasts down nearly 24%. The cost of eggs dropping 60%. Milk and butter also cheaper, as are prices for hot dogs and tomatoes. The sky-high cost of travel is also coming down. Gasoline now at $3.90 a gallon nationally, down from $5.01 in June. And airfares expected to drop 50% after Labor Day. Hotel and car rental rates also slowly coming down. In this volatile economy, consumers are also changing their habits, spending less and trying to save more. One survey found nearly half have cut back on discretionary purchases. 35% putting away more money for emergencies, and 19% saving more for retirement.
It's going to be important for folks to make financial decisions that give them some flexibility and freedom to withstand all these future uncertainties.
Consumer experts say if you're in the market for a new car, buying a used one may make better sense right now. Supply chain delays mean new car inventories are still super low and dealer prices are sky high, while inventories for used cars are going up and prices are starting to fall. As inflation seems to be plateauing, experts say one of the best money-saving tips involves your credit cards. If you carry credit card debt, it's going to cost you more as interest rates continue to rise, sending your balances even higher. It's why experts recommend paying off your card balances in full every month.
To the extent that they can avoid those fees, that's money that they're essentially saving.
Many thanks to NBC's Tom Costello for that amazing advice. Now, for some more clarity, I want to bring in Emily Peck, who is a friend of the show, an economic guru, and covers the markets for Axios. Emily, it's good to see you. Okay, so Tom just laid it out for us. There's some encouraging numbers. Why do you think the prices are going down?
Well, prices are going down for kind of not the greatest reasons, but honestly, I will take $3.89 gas over $5 gas for whatever reason, mostly whatever reason. Right. The Federal Reserve has been raising rates, and that's kind of been chilling out the economy and bringing down prices. And gas prices falling, energy prices falling has also been a big driver of this relief we're seeing now.
So does this mean that we have dodged a recession then?
Ooh, Simone, I don't know, man. I mean, no one really knows the answer to that question. For now, things are looking good. Gas prices, like I said, are down. You mentioned food prices in your segment, but today I was just reading chicken wing prices are down by half from last year. Very exciting. Have we dodged a recession? I mean, we're not in a recession. I can tell you that. The job market looks great. Those are good. That's good news.
That's great news. And I would note that we were in a chicken wing shortage a couple months ago. So the fact that now chicken wings are down by half, well, it's a positive day for my household. I do think, though, but we all go to the grocery store. At least you and I are going, Emily. And I do think that people still get a little sticker shock, if you will, when they're there, even though prices on some things have come down. So when will we see that change? When will families get more relief and everything's going to go down?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's kind of the rub here. When you hear inflation is slowing down or the big inflation is stopping, that doesn't mean prices will revert to where they were before. Higher prices are here to stay for the most part. Gas prices are probably the most volatile of all the prices. So they go up, they go down. Oil markets are global. There's geopolitical factors involved. The war in Ukraine plays a big role. It's just a more volatile price. And for some of the food prices, I think a lot of it, honestly, is a price goes up and a company doesn't want to bring it back down. They find that consumers will pay more, so they continue to charge them more.
What are your thoughts on that? Is that news good enough? Should there be more done? Should there be more stimulus money being sent out to struggling Americans, especially since the federal government is sitting on $800 billion? That's enough for another round of stimulus checks, but should those go out? Federal stimulus checks. Let me know your thoughts on that. When it comes to more money coming to Americans, seniors on Social Security will get a huge raise in 2023. Here's how much you can expect. So we're hearing different numbers. It all depends on what the inflation rate is. The last year, or actually I guess for 2022, the inflation was relatively high back then. So the COLA was 5.9%. And inflation was as high as 9.6%, and that could have been the latest COLA. But the latest number we're hearing now, the numbers also assume that inflation will remain relatively stagnant throughout the rest of the year. If inflation increases, the COLA for 2023 could potentially be as high as 10.1%. So that's the latest number that it could be. So a 10% raise is basically what the baseline COLA would be. For every $100, you're getting another $10. That's where the 10% increase would be. Is that going to happen? Well, we're going to find out for sure when the news comes out in October. So October is when we'll know for sure, when they define what the COLA should be, but I really think it should be more on a monthly basis or maybe even a quarterly basis, because when the inflation rate was high and the COLA was only 5.9%, then the inflation rate going up to 9.6%, almost double of what the COLA is, the COLA should have increased along with it. At least that's my opinion. Let me know if you agree with that. When it comes to other stimulus checks coming out, so this one is brand new. So brand new direct payment worth $1,000 introduced on first come, first served basis. See criteria to apply and act now. So these $1,000 checks are going out to people in New Jersey. This is Camden County, open on August 23rd, and the payments will be issued on a first come, first served basis. Probably going to be a frenzy there. What the commissioner, deputy director said is this pandemic has had severe impact on all our lives and most industries throughout the nation. One of the hardest hit fields was caregiving, as staff were on the front lines of keeping clients and loved ones safe 7 days a week. So to be eligible for the cash, Americans must live in Camden County or provide services in the area, and they must have provided at least 500 hours of hands-on care or daily support to at least one elderly person or children with disabilities between March 1st of 2020 and March 7th of 2022. So if you're in Camden County and you are basically a healthcare giver, you're gonna get $1,000, but you have to submit your applications online, and it's first come, first serve. I'll keep you updated on this because the numbers are probably gonna be really crazy. As soon as they say first come, first serve, yeah, it's going to be flooded there. Speaking of New Jersey, New Jersey rental assistance programs failed hundreds of residents, and some are now being evicted. So we all know how big of a disaster the rental assistance program was. So many people applied for rental assistance, not many people were approved, and a lot of that money that was sitting in accounts that was supposed to go out for rental assistance did not. And unfortunately, not just in New Jersey, but a lot of places around the country, a lot of people are being evicted because of the incompetence of local governments with distributing the money. So that's unfortunate news there, but to hopefully cheer you up a bit, here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you the one thing you should do when you're feeling down and you want to follow your wishes, then do whatever you want. It's a free country here. You can do whatever you want. So bye guys. Have a good night or a good day.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. Don't forget, giving out $200 checks, picking the winners tomorrow. So you still have a little bit of time left if you haven't already signed up. Details down in the description below. And if you want to check out any of my other videos on my other channels, you could click right up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.